years ago, I did an episode. I will link it in the description. TikTok censorship. That was part 1. This is TikTok censorship part 2. Okay, and these are all videos and incidences that have been censorship since the last video. Okay, so video number 1. This was of a kid getting beat up on the school bus, and me calling out the adults who stood around and did nothing. And TikTok didn't like that. Here's the picture, and it was removed for violent and graphic content. Okay, TikTok, I'll give you that one. It was pretty violent to see a kid get beat up on the school bus and adults standing around and doing nothing. Video number 2. This one was me daring to question the narrative around January 6th. I questioned the narrative and I said, was this just people being dumb, or was this an actual insurrection? Well, God forbid you do that. You can't do that. You can't question the narrative around January 6th. As they removed this one for a non-specified community guideline violation. Video number 3. I was reporting on the release of Jacob Chansley, the Q shaman, after the footage came out of him being escorted around the Capitol building by police. Now, that footage, TikTok doesn't like that footage because it makes, again, back to making January 6th not seem as bad and not seem as scary. And you can't do that on TikTok. You can't make January 6th seem like, in TikTok's mind, January 6th is a violent insurrection where they attempted to overthrow the U.S. government. And if you believe otherwise, if you talk otherwise, if you present evidence to the contrary, the video is removed. And this one was removed for integrity and authenticity because I downplayed J6. I don't think I downplayed it personally. The evidence, the CCTV footage, downplayed it. But whatever. Video 4 was Donald Trump Jr.'s speech from the Get Out and Vote Fall Fest rally back in November. This one was also removed for integrity and authenticity. Why? I don't know. So apparently you cannot cover a Republican presidential candidate's rally because they might say something that violates the community guidelines. Video number 5 that was removed were my thoughts on the, most recently, my thoughts on the LA immigration riots and No King's Day protest. This was removed for misinformation. So apparently something I said was misinformation. If you could leave in the comment section what that misinformation was, that would be great, because I don't know. Now, these videos were restricted. The 2024 election problems, where I dived into issues and things that we need to change about the last election. Well, that was ineligible for recommendation on TikTok. We Are Doomed as a Society, Episode 1. That video is unavailable to audiences under the age of 18. Canadian healthcare is not as good as Democrats claim. That one is on the unavailable for 18 list as well. And lastly, mentally ill hypocrite afraid of COVID-19. That is unavailable to audiences under 18 as well. So clearly TikTok is not my friend. TikTok doesn't like me pointing out things and doesn't like me pointing out the truth. And it continues to not only remove my content, restrict other content of mine. Frankly, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to be on that platform, but I'll ride with the ship, and if I get removed, I get removed, and that's why I title this, Censor This Conservative Podcast, because I'm encouraging all these social media platforms to censor me, because I ain't going away. And frankly, the more you censor me, the more it's going to make me want to scream and shout and tell the truth and expose all this stuff that's going on.